It's 10 to 8 on BBC Radio 1. It's time for Comedy Dave with his top tips.
Now, you know, on Joe Wiley's show, which is now being done by Sarah Cox, she has a series of different experts who come in, and they have experts on how to save money, and how to date better, and how to do computer games with Johnny Monkey, and so on, right? So what I thought might be quite nice in the current credit crunch situation is to do some top tips as to how to save your pennies.
Right.
And do you remember years ago, Viz, the magazine, used to do a top tips section where essentially they would take the mickey out of magazines which would have such a feature, normally in women's magazines. Well, I happened to be having a quick look through some of Jane's magazines the other day, which she likes to read in a bath. Well, one of them was open on the coffee table, and I just happened to glance at it, and then I got distracted.
What story attracted you to the woman's magazine?
It was open on the top tips page.
Right. On that particular page?
On that page.
I don't believe you.
So, I was having a little look, and I got interested in what I was reading, and I thought these are brilliant, and in fact, in many ways, funnier than the ones that were supposed to be funny in Viz many, many years ago, or maybe still are, right? So, top tips, how to save money, such as this. It's called Chain Gang. Rachel, use cheap necklaces as a cut-price alternative to expensive curtain tiebacks. They fasten easily onto hooks and around your drapes and look really pretty too. My friends and family are always commenting on how lovely mine are, says Liz Gray, 38 from Southampton.
Dave, I would say that is a top tip.
Another one? OK, here we go. It's called Stick It To 'Em. If you're bored with an old light shade, jazz it up with some Post-it notes. Stick the pieces of paper to the outside of the shade only, this is the clever bit, making sure they don't go near the bulb for safety reasons, says Jade Chapman, age 14, also, interestingly, from Southampton.
You don't cut the shapes out, you just square Post-it notes.
Yep.
It's a picture.
There's not a picture.
There is a picture. Arrange them onto the outside of the lampshade to jazz up an otherwise boring piece of furniture. They go on. They get better, right? From a different copy of said magazine. These are, by the way, in Love It magazine. Carly's top tips.
Carly?
Carly.
Who's
right?
Carly?
She's the top tip lady.
Right.
Carly Hobbs.
Carly top tip.
So, here's one. It says, from store to floor, I wanted a new rug for my sitting room, but the ones I liked were too expensive.
Right.
So, I picked up 4 free sample mats from a carpet shop, then stitched them together. The contrasting colours look smart, and I've got a cool rug that cost me nothing to make. Amanda Nye, 46, Royston, Hertfordshire. Look what she's done there in that picture. I know this is largely visual, but you see there where she's taken what looks like 4 different doormats.
Does that have 4 doormats?
4 doormats, and she's sewn them together to make an otherwise beautiful rug. But the top one, and this is genius, right? This is the one that gets the prize this week. Star tip. If you're hosting a dinner party and don't have a lot of cash, make alternative after-dinner mints. Simply freeze a tube of toothpaste, then cut it open and slice the contents into wafer-thin pieces to produce your very own treats. They look cool and will also leave your guests with fresh breath. Gemma Stead, 24, Ashton-under-Lyne, Lancashire. Look at that.
Wow.
She is serving frozen toothpaste slices
So, hang on.
after dinner.
Let me see.
As after-dinner mints. And you can tell that they're toothpaste because they're that brand that has the different colours.
Gemma Stead, 24 years old, Ashton-under-Lyne, Lancashire. Does she really exist? Right. Now, here's a question for you. If you're hosting a dinner party and don't have a lot of cash, maybe hosting a dinner party shouldn't be high on your priority list.
But she's saving money in the current economic situation by freezing toothpaste and slicing it into little squares as treats for the guests. They're mints.
Carly says, this is a fab idea. Just make sure you only eat one very thin toothpaste mint. Yeah, you don't want to have too many.
I think they're brilliant.
You know, normally after a dinner party, you might sit there and go, oh, I am stuffed. At her house, you go, oh, my teeth feel so fresh and minty.
But will people not tell that they taste like toothpaste?
Hey, Dave, here's the best thing. Simply, that's the word simply, freeze a tube of toothpaste. So you take your toothpaste and you put it in the freezer. Then you cut it open and slice the contents into wafer-thin pieces to produce your very own treats. But then what happens is you need to go back to the shop to buy toothpaste because your guests have just eaten it.
Exactly. Don't throw away promotional plastic credit cards that come through the post. Keep them for when you're doing a spot of DIY. They're perfect for spreading polyfiller onto walls and tiles, and you won't have to fork out for a filing knife. Jan Tyler, 23, Blackfoot, Cadfelly.
All right, stop it now.